First floor bedroom. What do you think? Main floor master bedroom is I think it's important. I think that the next house that we move or build will have a main floor master. All of those, most of the baby boomers that are looking to downsize, maybe they've got a large 2-story, all the bedrooms are upstairs. They want to move that master, that main floor to the main floor, and then maybe so it's a Rambler style. Although we've seen 2 stories with an owner suite on the main, which I think is a great option as well. But that is number 7 on the list. First floor master bedroom. What do you guys think about that?
Is that mainly because then you can get everything on one level, or is that so you can get away from your kids who are going to be up top?
I think it's a combination of both.
Yeah,
I think it's a combination.
That's my thought, right? Because we looked at that main floor master. The problem is with young kids, a lot of the time you're not going to get another bedroom on that main floor, so you're going to be separate from your kids.
Yeah.
In some circumstances of life, great, it's actually awesome,
right?
But if you got a young baby,
agree.
A lot of the time your option then is to take that front office and convert that into the bedroom, but you're right at the front of the house. So something to consider.
Yeah, I think it's a great point. For us, our youngest is 5. We could definitely do a main floor bedroom and then all the other bedrooms up now, but definitely not when they were babies.
Yeah.
I mean, open plan living. We had open floor plans for 10, 15 years where they were wide open. You'd have your kitchen, your dining, and then your great room, and they were kind of stacked right next to each other. The open floor plan is still more desired, but having some different designs where maybe that dining room is set off to the kitchen, but yet it's all still open. There's a little bit of separation, kind of like your floor plan, Mike. You've got your kitchen, which is overlooks the great room, and then the dining room is off to the right, and that seems to work really well. And it's what people are really looking for. They still don't like the chopped up rooms where everything has walls and everything is chopped up. So the open plan living is still popular. Spotlight on ceilings. Okay, so this talks about some different ceiling designs. We've seen in the last 20 years a lot of tray vaults in the master bedrooms. You'll see some race car designs with sheetrock. In the last 5 years, 10 years, we've seen the beams that are in the great room, and you've seen them in the kitchen. So the ceiling designs or spotlight on the ceiling is one of the hot spots for 2022. What do you think about that? Do you like ceiling stuff, ceiling designs, coffered ceiling?
I think so. Yeah. I think you take an average house and do something on the ceiling.
Makes a big difference.
Completely. Yes. Makes it feel completely different, like this is a higher end home.
Agree.
And all you've done is stuff to the ceiling.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. We did, one thing that we did that was pretty simple for our foyer is we built a box that goes up about 9 inches and then put the light fixture in the center of the box and then did crown molding. And so it's a pretty cost-effective way to create some dimension on the ceiling. And then we painted the color of that different, and it looks really cool.
You're also seeing a lot of beams too.
Yes.
I mean, that's a pretty common thing today. We had that optionality when we were looking at building, and the thing to take into consideration with the beam, if you have a traditional ceiling height, makes it feel a little bit small. And when you're sitting in that living room there, it kind of pushes down a little bit, but it's definitely a nice accent. It ties nice into a mantle or some other wood accent.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It works great with
I
mantles.
think beams are cool.
Yeah,
but you got to have high ceilings. It doesn't work even on. I mean, I think you got to have at least 10-foot ceilings.
Probably.
But really 11-foot ceilings with the beams, because the beams will bring it down, almost a foot.
6, 8 inches. Yeah, at least 8 inches.
Smaller, but not tiny, it says. I would say 15, 20 years ago, there was this concept of buyers wanted as much square feet as they could get. Give me the biggest house. Most of the time it's just a box with a whole bunch of square feet. That's not the case anymore. Folks are looking for less square feet, but more amenities, more technology, better use of space, and that's what today's buyer. They're looking for more quality, less square footage. All electric homes. I haven't heard of these. More homeowners understand the importance of electric homes. They're talking about all electric homes. So incorporating, you've got your solar technology in this. So they're talking about all electric, including the HVAC system. The way to achieve it is you're doing geothermal heating and cooling, and then you've got the electrical your electric system to increase that air temperature. So when you do geothermal heating and cooling, the air in the ground, and I'm not sure how deep they got to go, 6 feet maybe, 6 feet down. It's
The air in the ground?
I think they
Jason?
go-
well, the temperature, it's all
The heat in the ground.
Heat in the ground. So the temperature of the air in the ground when you cut the tunnels, they're either vertical or horizontal, is 54 degrees. And so in the summer, it's really easy to cool your home. You're just running a fan and circulating that 54 degree air. In the winter, now you're only bringing it up 10 or 14 degrees. So geothermal heating and cooling, my folks did that. Their heating and electrical, so cooling bill, year-round averages about $26 a month.
Yeah, geothermal's amazing.
It's incredible.
So the technology basically is exactly the same as how an air conditioner works, where you're compressing a compressible liquid and then pumping that in and letting the temperature change, and it's literally the exact same process, just reversed. So what you do is, instead of using an air-to-air heat exchanger, yeah, I know this is all getting technical. Air-to-air heat exchanger is like a radiator in a car, right? That's how your air conditioner normally works. A geothermal system, instead you put the radiator underground. Yeah, 6 to 10 feet past the frost line. So that way you can run the system in reverse and heat the home the same way.
Yeah, it's
and
incredible.
even though it's only 50-ish degrees in the ground, they blow out, 85 degree air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's amazing.
Super cool.
And they're super efficient.
Yes.
It's way, way more efficient than a gas furnace.
We'll run some numbers on the time to recap that cost, because they do cost more to install, but we'll find out what the time frame on
I think
that
that's
is.
the biggest. That's
Yep.
the biggest hurdle is that
yeah.
cost.
Yeah.
The other hurdle too is that, like, if you're going to finance that, how many comparable homes are going to have geothermal that an appraiser can say, hey, okay, this home is worth X
Yeah.
with standard HVAC, and this home with geothermal is worth X, because you just don't see that many homes with geothermal, so there's no comparison there to make to say, okay, this elicits this much higher of a price if you have geothermal. So that's the tough part, is the cost up front. It's
That's
maybe a
going to
little
be the
tougher to
tough
find
part
it.
with any of these green technologies too, where it's like finding comps that have the same amount of solar panels and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where you get into untreaded waters.
Yeah, it's. I think when you're talking about solar or geothermal, it's got to be a long play. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to stay in your house probably 7+ years to recapture the cost to install.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Like multi-family breakout spaces. The pandemic taught developers and managers of multifamily buildings to the importance of flexible, shared spaces for socializing and work. Turn breakout rooms for some. Also, a lot of the distance learning or at-home learning that's been going on as well.